Hi, today we're thrilled to welcome Erin Farrell from California Advantage Escrow, specializing in escrow services. Welcome, Erin, to our show.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
So, we are thrilled to have you here too. How are things going in your world?
Oh, everything's going very well. Escrow is just always, a very exciting, even though it doesn't seem like it might be, it is a very exciting business. We do all kinds of transactions. We do refinance escrows, we do resale escrows, business escrows, and commercial escrows. So we're always really super busy and we have a lot of fun.
Oh, that's really great. So, can you tell our audience what is escrow? There are people out there that don't know what escrow is. They've never purchased a home or sold a home. So, can you just tell us, in layman's terms, what is an escrow?
Sure, absolutely. So we are a neutral third party, and we are responsible for holding and securing all of the terms of the transaction, like the residential purchase contract, all of the funds, and the title documents to transfer title. We hold them secure in escrow, and we make sure that all the terms of the purchase contract are met before we record the grant deed to transfer title to the buyer, before we release any of the funds. So, in essence, we're the neutral third party that keeps everything secure until everybody's happy.
Right on. That sounds amazing. Now, what do you do to ensure a smooth and timely completion of the escrow?
Well, there are a lot of processes in escrow. We have a lot of systems in place to make sure that every moment, every process, every task of the escrow process is complete in a timely manner. In the beginning of the escrow, we hold ourselves to a 3-day process for opening to be able to collect all the information that we need from the agents and the buyer and seller, to collect any reports that we may need, for instance, from the title company, from the homeowners association. And we make sure that we collect all of that for as much as we can within that 3-day period. So then we can start producing our escrow instructions to the buyer and seller so that we can make sure that the opening process is done. And then we get into the actual processing time of the escrow, which is about, depending on how long the escrow is. So, for instance, like a 30-day escrow, now after that 3 days, now we're in processing. And that's probably about a 10-day process where we collect information from the buyer and the seller. We keep in communication with the lender and the real estate agents to make sure that the inspections being done, the contingency periods are being met, the lender is processing the loan properly. And at that time, our processing department makes sure that we have everything in that we need to be able to continue on to the next process, which is the loan process. So now we work with the lender to help facilitate the loan. And we collect the loan documents from the lender. We facilitate the loan doc signing with the buyer.
Wow.
And then once those are done, all the terms of the contract are met, the lender then funds the loan. So we coordinate with the lender to get the loan funds in. We coordinate with the title company to make sure all the liens are cleared and satisfied before transferring everything over to the buyer. So it's a step-by-step process. We actually have people in each unit that handle those specific processes as well.
Right. Oh, that's really fascinating. I think a lot of people had no idea what was all involved in the escrow process.
Yeah.
So, are there any specific steps you take to prevent errors when you are ready to pay, everyone out when the escrow closes?
Oh, yeah. You mean, for instance, making sure that the instructions are proper and secure so that we can make sure we get everybody paid securely and on time. We sit down with the seller when they're signing their grant deed. They have to have the grant deed notarized. So what we do is we go ahead and have them fill out their instructions for proceeds form with the notary as well. So we can make sure we're getting accurate information for their wire instructions to be able to make their proceeds securely We also require that if somebody reaches out to us, like a real estate agent or even the payoff lender, when we're sending them their payoff amount, we talk to them verbally to verify their wire instructions to make sure we're sending them to the right place.
Right.
Because that is super important.
Yeah,
It's very important to keep those funds secure.
exactly. There's a lot of, I know, wire fraud out there. So
Right.
you're taking the right steps to prevent that.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So, well, thank you so much for joining us today to share your insights on escrow.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and please be sure to contact Erin for any questions you have on escrow. And for all your real estate needs, you can contact me. Thank you again for being here. It was so great.
Thank you for having me.